Hey guys, Raisha here with some more wine and dollies. Yeah, somehow in that 40-minute video I made the other day, I never even mentioned my incoming dolls, so yeah, talk about that a little bit. First of all, I am drinking Miraso Pinot Noir tonight. Very good. And yes, I'm halfway through the bottle again already. So, incoming dolls, because I do have a few. First off, I am waiting on a Twigling mini ingenue, the mini ingenue. I think she's portmanteauing it too. And I'm getting her in the soft tan, I believe it's called. Was kind of a, oh, I don't have Lily in here, but if you remember Lily from my last video, she's kind of a, you know, a dark tan, but a lighter dark tan. That makes sense. Anyways, the ingenue I've got coming in is in a similar shade to that, so real excited about her. I've been getting out of 1/4 scale dolls now for like a couple of years, but yeah, I really couldn't resist. Twigling's dolls are just amazing. I do have the full scale ingenue, and she's just incredible. She's fantastic. So yeah, I really couldn't resist when she released her in 1/4 scale, because, yeah, she's a lot more affordable in that size, and I'm hoping she'll fit okay in some of the, well, just some of the plethora of clothes I have in 1/4 scale, because, you know, for like the first 5 years I was in the hobby, all I collected pretty much was like slim minis. I should probably not swing around in my chair so much. I made sure to put the sewing machine away this time so I wasn't crunch, crunch, crunch with my feet on it. But now I need something to do with my feet, so apparently that translates into swinging the chair around. So, sorry if I'm making anyone dizzy. Anyways, I have a ton of MSD clothes, slim, mini in particular. But I only have, well, I only have 4 MSD girls left anyway. And 1 boy, but almost all my clothing is for girls. But yeah, so I still have tons of slim mini clothes, and nobody to wear it. So I'm hoping the mini ingenue will fit in some of those clothes. I don't have a character or anything for her. I've got a few name ideas, but what they are off the top of my head I couldn't tell you. So probably should have mentioned that. So, beyond the mini ingenue, I am also waiting on a full-scale Twigling doll. Well, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the year-long, super long layaway thing she was doing last year, where you could put your doll in layaway for an entire year, and then the dolls didn't actually get ordered until, I think it was like December of last year or so. And then now she's been having just problem after problem with the factory, and so she's got like half the dolls being cast with one factory, and then others being cast from another company, and the mini ingenue is being cast by a 3rd company, by Haru, and I don't know, it's just been one big problem after another, just delays and delays and delays, and now it's like August 2016, so some people have been waiting for their dolls for like 1.5 years. I mean, you know, they expected to wait for a year because that's how long the layaway thing was for, but yeah, still, it's been waiting for a really long time, and so she got a sample, like some of the colors are fine from the company. Oh, sorry, I'm just fidgeting here. with a light stand apparently. Put it down. Some of the colors have been fine, but the tan, she had kind of a darker tan color she was getting cast, that when she received the sample from the company, it was not at all the color she wanted, and apparently it was a terrible color, and they said they just couldn't do it. Either she got that color or she didn't get anything or something. I don't know, it was a mess. So she got another company to, so now there's like 4 different companies involved in making these 2 dolls for her. Yeah, so there's another company now who she's getting just the tan dolls through, but there was a minimum order of, I don't know, probably $10 or something, and I think there was only, well, I don't know, there wasn't enough ordered already to meet the minimum order, so she needed to sell off, to order a couple more. So there was a surprise new fail tan pre-order. I don't know if she called it something like that, but so anyways, yeah, for like a week she was like, help, I really need to sell a couple more dolls to be able to afford to cast this. And I was like, oh my gosh, surprise 1 week pre-order for dolls that I have long been lusting after. The problem is it was only in that tan color. Now, I have about, I think, 5 more Artifacts Kindred dolls on my list, on my dream wish list. And in particular, I really want to get a Kahlo, is the next sculpt that I want to get from her. And she's got all those body combinations now that are just, you know, there's like 4 different torso options, or bust options, and 2 different torso lengths, and 2 different leg lengths, and then of course all the heads. So there's just like so many combinations you can get. And I'd been planning, next time she opened up a pre-order, I was going to go ahead and order a Kahlo, who I've been lusting after since the sculpt was released. But I don't want Kahlo in the tan. So really I probably shouldn't have even ordered. Especially since I really can't afford it right now. But I did. Yeah. So, yeah, people, and you know, people have been waiting like a year and a half or a year and 8 months already for their dolls, and now I jumped in on this pre-order, and I've only got like a 2-month wait because the company's only casting these 10 tan dolls. So I feel a little guilty about that. And I saw on her Facebook just a few days ago that the first batch of tan dolls is expected like next week, I think. So I don't know if mine's in that batch or not, but I feel a little guilty that people have been waiting so long, and then I jumped in at the very last minute, and I'm going to get my doll possibly before some of the others do. So, oh, I still never said who I ordered. Wow, yeah, I went into this whole long story about all the details of how I got there. I didn't even tell you who I ordered. So, I ordered Pieta, the version 2 Pieta. Another one I have forever loved. And I don't know that I even wanted Pieta in tan, but tan was the color offered, and I just felt that I had to get one of her dolls now. So, sorry, out of the camera. Here is a face you haven't seen in a long time. She was an itty-bitty kitten last time I got her on camera, and so squirmy. She isn't so big now, but really no less squirmy. No less squirmy, but oh, she's so pretty. Such a pretty kitty. What is going on? Okay, she says, that's enough. Put me down. Pieta. Yes, didn't necessarily want her in tan. But going through the list of all the different twiggling combos that I did want, Pieta was the one that said I could be in tan. So, yes, I'm very excited. So, I have 2 twiggling dolls coming in. Very exciting. And then the third and last doll that I have coming in is a little different. This is a porcelain BJD. I mentioned in my last video that there was a porcelain artist that gave the hand sculpting class, and did I have my hand in here? I don't have, ooh, I have my hand in here now. Okay, if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you've already seen this, but this was the hand I was looking for the other day, which looks kind of very ashy. But anyways, forget the painting job. I'm extremely pleased with the sculpting. So that was the hand I mentioned in my last video that I sculpted in, well, half in the class and then half I just finished it last week. But sculpting class at Pacific Northwest BJD Expo. And that class was taught by a porcelain artist, Corey Butts. Unfortunate name. Let's see. Well, her dolls are Turtle Child Studio. You can look them up if you want. I'll try to remember to put a link down below. But anyways, yeah, she taught the class, and I actually had a booth right next to her, and we just kind of hung out and talked like through the whole expo. So yeah, she was really cool. And where was I going with this? Right, so I had my ghost girl, the Zowl Love, that some people may remember from quite some time ago. I don't think I've shown her on camera for like a year anyways. But I had her white Zowl painted up as a ghost, and a white alpaca wig and everything on a full set, and that I was yeah, trying to sell her as a full set. And then she saw her and kind of fell in love with her and asked if I wanted to do a trade. And before that doll show, actually this is the before Resin Rose, because she was at both shows as well. And before, or at Resin Rose, that was the first time I'd ever handled a porcelain ball jointed doll. And I did pretty cool. I'm not like in love, like, oh my god, I need to start collecting porcelain dolls. But, you know, they're definitely not anything like the porcelain dolls, you know, that we collected as little girls. So I don't know. I had porcelain dolls when I was young. I had 3 of them, and I thought they were pretty darn cool. But, you know, they're the standard collector's porcelain dolls, soft body and just a porcelain head, and that you put in a fancy dress and leave on the shelf and don't ever actually touch. So, anyways, so this is a whole different, you know, whole different kind of doll, and pretty much just like a resin ball jointed doll, but they're made of porcelain. And yeah, that's pretty cool. So, wow, I lost my train of thought again. Yes, so my ghost Zowl, she loved her and wanted to do a trade for one of her dolls. And actually she wanted my Siamese twins. She wanted to trade for my Siamese twins, who I was also had on my table. And I was like, you know, I haven't really tried to sell them yet, and I think they'll have a pretty decent chance of selling. But the ghost Zowl I'd had on the market for quite a few months already, and she wasn't selling, so I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to move her on. I offered her for trade, and she was just like, oh my god, I didn't even see her on your table. This is, you know, when I saw your work online and saw this, your ghost girl, and that's who I fell in love with first. So I was like, okay, great. So I traded her. She took my Zowl home, and I am still waiting on my doll to come in, but I'm getting one of her dolls, and I couldn't tell you which one because she doesn't really have sculpt names. Yeah, you're just gonna have to wait. I'll do a box opening when I get her. But I had her do some customization for me, which apparently you can do in the clay before baking them, or maybe before firing them. So she's gonna change the face shape a little bit for me and change the bust shape. So I'm pretty much getting a custom doll from her. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, it'll be my first porcelain doll. So I'm kind of excited about that, because there's a bunch of porcelain artists that are really just amazing, and I've never really considered getting their dolls before because I'm like, porcelain, so, you know, I don't know porcelain, I know resin. So, anyway, so now that I've handled them and, you know, am getting one, I'm kind of excited that that's opening, kind of excited and kind of scared that that's opening a whole new world of, you know, new artists that I previously thought I couldn't buy from. So, but the scary part is they're really expensive. Just in general, more expensive than resin BJDs. So, oh boy, somehow I have talked for 17 minutes already about 3 incoming dolls. I thought that would take like 3 minutes. Alright. That's all I've got incoming. Those 3. I showed my Zenji. I'm just going to show you some stuff I've been working on in the last couple weeks. Excuse me. I know I just posted that my last Wine and Dollies, my 40-minute one. But I actually recorded that like almost 3 weeks ago now, and it just took like that freaking long to, well, first of all, it took forever to upload such a huge video, and then I spent forever editing it, because seriously it was 44 minutes when I started. And oh look, this one's heading that way too. I'm hopeless. Alright, so what I've been working on. Here's Zenji, and oh look! He looks unpainted! You cannot see. You cannot see. Can you focus on me? Well, it looks like you can hardly see that he's painted at all. I already got, well, it's pretty light, but I've already got, I don't know, like all the pastel work done pretty much. I just need to go in with some line work now. And it is just cracking me up that he looks blank still on this video camera. So, yeah, that effect is kind of lost, because I was going to say, just this afternoon actually, I picked him up to move him out of the way, and I went, oh, I love him. And I didn't really have a plan for how I was painting him, but it was, whatever that non-plan was, it was certainly darker than this. And I picked him up just at this point. He's got all the layers of blush that I would normally do, and I just did like 1 layer of the skin texturing, and that's all I've done so far. But I just picked him up today and went, oh, you're perfect! So, yeah, so now I'm thinking, you know, maybe he's just really pale. I already have 1 doll with albinism, but, you know, maybe he has albinism as well. So, I don't know, I'm considering, not these fibers, but I'm thinking, of course, he just looks blank. He just looks blank on the camera, but I'm thinking, do I want to give him white hair? Or here's some mohair, but, I wouldn't use any of these fibers. Oh, actually, I might use this fiber, but I'm thinking a really short, you know, short manly cut. I'll do a hard cap wig for him. Or I'm kind of loving this super pale, kind of icy pink on him too, which is, I got this, okay, let me switch hands here. Alright, there we go, hand switched, down and down by the camera here. Yeah, that just looks ridiculous, but I'm seeing some potential. So, I don't know, thinking what I want to do with him, but I think I'm gonna move forward with the albinism and just do some lip lines and give him some few white brow hairs and some white lashes, and I'm kind of loving him. And I did find, I don't know if I mentioned in my last video or not. I did decide on a body for him, which is the Be Yours olive body, their 65cm boy body. But he's like $450 and I can't afford that right now, so he'll get it eventually. Next up, I picked up this tiny little head. It's vinyl. You can't really tell, he's squishy. I picked it up on eBay for like 99 cents. Yeah, I asked in my last video if somebody could tell me about vinyl, painting vinyl, and nobody did. So I'm still looking for info there. If you can tell me about painting on vinyl or on ABS, you know, I'd still love to hear it. So anyways, I picked this head up on eBay for like 99 cents, and just went at it like it was a vinyl head. It is a vinyl head. Went at it like it was a resin head. So I painted this, which is not so great and won't focus. I don't know what's up with it. I don't know if it's just my camera, or maybe it's just because it's on the front camera. Maybe if I had it on the back camera it would autofocus when things go. I don't know. It just doesn't focus. Lame. So anyways, this is not a great face up. I really wasn't trying all that hard to be wonderful. Just trying to try it out, you know. So this was my first attempt at painting eyeballs. I think that went alright. The lashes suck. The brows are meh. But overall, it worked pretty much like resin. So I don't know. I'm not sure why I'm convinced there's a difference. I don't know if I read that somewhere, or maybe the only difference is the material used to clean it off, because everyone says use acetone to clean off vinyl, and you don't really want to use that on resin. So I don't know, maybe that's really the only difference, and for some reason I've got it stuck in my head that you're supposed to use like different materials or different techniques, or I don't know, but I tried it and it turned out alright. I'll probably just wipe her and try again, and maybe do 2 more on her, and if that works out, then I guess I'll open up commissions for vinyl too. So, vinyl head. I started painting my Pookie, not Pookie Fee, Pookie, not Pookie. Little Fee. Started painting my Little Fee auntie, who also kind of looks blank on the video, but she's in about the same spot Zenji is in. Zenji. Right there, Zenji. And this is somebody I'm getting ready to work on. See the pencil marks all over his face. This is a Leak World Mihail, and I picked him up quite some time ago. This is well, I have long adored this sculpt. This is one of the, when I was first in the hobby, this is one I was really kind of head over heels over, that I thought I would never own, because I had a resin soul budget for many years. And I was when I was painting up, I got a bunch of heads that I picked up for a good price that I was just painting to resell the stock at my tables at Resin Rose in Pacific Northwest. And he was a head that I got for that as well. But I didn't get, I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry, I didn't get him finished. And I wasn't too bummed about that, because I'm not sure if I want to keep him or not. You know, I wasn't planning on it, but as I said, I've loved this sculpt for a long time. I don't love him blank, but you know, I've seen some painted, like all of them I see painted, I'm just like gaga over. So, but I've been trying to figure out what to do with him, and I finally just decided I'm gonna mod him. I'm gonna see what comes up. You can tell the pencil, got a bunch of pencil marks on him. I'm gonna narrow his forehead down a little. I don't know why so many companies do this like egg head where they got like small pointy faces and then the big gigantic heads. I don't know where his head cap went, but he's got a big gigantic head. Ooh, I kicked the camera stand. So anyways, I'm going to narrow his temples a little bit, give his face a little more shape. I'm going to take off on the sides here so he's got some nice strong cheekbones. And a little bit on the sides of his chin to give his chin a little kind of more interesting shape. I'm going to define his lower lip a little bit more here. And you can maybe see on the inside there, I'm going to drill his mouth out like I did on the little feet. I'm going to open his mouth up and then make a tooth piece for him. And then last, I'm going to sand a little bit here to give him a more interesting nose shape, because I do love a nice bump on the nose. And then shorten his nose overall, because he's got a very long nose. So I'm going to shorten that, change the shape of it a little bit, and yeah, just kind of going to go to town and do all sorts of stuff with this guy, and we'll see what comes up. Otherwise, here's got some commissions on my table. You can kind of see my table. This is a magical angel iris, I believe that is. That's a commission. And also that same person sent me these fun jointed hands, which I've never really had a chance to play with before, so that's pretty cool. That's one of the best things about doing commissions, you know, is people send you dolls. And then you get to play with their dolls. You know, things you wouldn't see normally or wouldn't own for yourself. So that's cool. And then let's see, I got another head over here I'm working on. I couldn't tell you who this is. Keith? Keith Peaks. I don't know, he kind of looks like a doll zone to me, or maybe Peaks would. I think the sculpt name is Keith, though, whoever that is. Yeah, really pretty tan, but I'm going to do some mods on that face too. They're going to have me open their eyes a bit. I got hands to go with that one too. So that's everybody on my work table right now. And the last thing is this beautiful lady here, who you have probably noticed sitting in the background and have just been going, well, when are you going to talk about the Popovi? Or not. I don't know. Maybe you didn't even see her back here. Popovi! So, she's not mine. I wish she was mine. This was a commission. Look at this pose. Can you see how she's sitting? She is so rock solid. She's just amazing. So this person commissioned me just to paint the head and her hands, and they said they were going to send me the whole doll, and I'm like, well, don't send the whole doll. I'm just going to paint her head and hands. Just take those off. And he's like, oh, well, I think I'd have to restring her to take her hands off, so I'm just going to send you the whole doll. And I was like, wait, who did you say it was? Did you say that was a Popovi doll? Okay, send her whole body. So, yeah, a little selfish there, but now I understand, because her hands are not coming off. They're actually strung. They're strung through the hand instead of onto a hook, so you'd actually would have to unstring her, or at least partially unstring her to get her hands off. She's so freaking tight. I've never in my life seen a doll strung so tight. I don't know how they even got her so tight. It took me like 15 minutes to get her head back on. I could just pull the ring through the hole and twist it, you know, and I couldn't do it. Like, I was getting like blisters on my fingers trying to just pull the ring through her head. It only has to lift just the thickness of her head to get it in there. And I couldn't do it. I did finally get it, obviously. But, anyways, she's so solid. I mean, I guess that's the benefit of having her so freaking tight, is she sits everywhere you put her. So she's got her glue suited. I say she. I imagine that's how she came from the company, so from Popovi. But I mean, she's really just incredible. And look at this freaking tattoo work, which you can't because my camera won't focus, of course. But her whole body is covered in these incredible, intricate tattoos, and I'm just floored looking at the detail And all the tiny, super tiny lines and details, and I wish that would focus. She's pretty incredible. I have been admiring Popovi for as long as I've been in the hobby, which is 8 years or something now. Yeah, they're just incredible, and getting to handle one in person is, man, what a treat. But so she had the face-up she came on, the face-up she came with on still when I got her, so I had to clean her off. And her hands were also tattooed, and it looked like, you know, she dipped her whole fingers into like some fuchsia paint or something. So he had me clean off the hands, he being the owner, and redo her face, which you can't really see, but I'll get her posted on Instagram. Actually, by the time this video's up, I'm sure I've already got her up on Instagram. And she's already up on my Facebook page, so if you want to see some actual nice photos, go check out my Facebook page or my Instagram. You know what? I should link those below. I will do that. I will link those below. So, she's going back in the mail tonight. Oh, so her hands... Okay, so check this out. I am pulling with all of my strength. And that is all the further I can get her hand away from her body. So yeah, these hands were not coming off. Which was a lot worrying, because I had to paint her hands. But before painting her hands, I had to strip her hands. And I was really scared to get the Winsor & Newton brush cleaner near these arm tattoos. So I ended up wrapping her in saran wrap, like completely like mummified with saran wrap, which worked out alright. Actually, I did get a little bit under the edge, but fortunately I had a watercolor pencil in the right color, so I was able to touch up that existing tattoo. I had a little freak out moment there, but she also, when she came in, had a very, well, just as intricate as everything else, tattoo coming up her neck, on her neck and shoulder. Pretty much this whole area here was just covered in a tattoo, and the owner wanted that gone, so I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do that because of the existing blushing, and you know, I didn't want to mess her up, obviously. So, but it turns out it looks like there was no blush like right on the collarbone line, so that made a natural line to kind of stop. I don't know, to take the paint off. There, it worked. So yes, it worked. Got the paint off, got her repainted, her hands done with a natural manicure, and this doll is so freaking tight. Never seen a doll so tight, but man, I now want to string all of my dolls that tight, because fuck if she can't hold a pose. So yeah, and her head, here, this is how far I can pull her head off. That's it. That's it. So yeah, I mean, it literally took me 15 minutes to get her head back on. So anyways, she is going back in the mail tomorrow. I just wanted to show you how marvelous she was. So, you know, if you've got the means and you're looking at a Popovi doll, do it. Damn, do it. So, alright, well, I think that's all I've got to say. Somehow, again, this ended up a huge, long video, so, yeah. Alright, I'm done with my wine, I'm done with my updates, so I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.